Hello guys, welcome to another update. In this update I got the capital ship pathfinding working, but it still needs quite a bit of work. But I threw in a Enterprise D scale model, or pretty close to scale, just for fun. It's not going to be in the game, of course, because of trademarks. I'm not building a Star Trek game. But I decided to use this SketchUp model because it's the Enterprise is a very odd shaped kind of ship, and it's very large, and it's a very good test model for me to build to test the pathfinding system with, because the ships that will be in the game are going to be professional models, and some of them are going to be pretty enormous in size, which is going to add to the epicness of the game. And without further ado,
flight controls
let's check out the Enterprise. Now the Enterprise is moving, and you may notice that I'm able to fly through it. Any of you other developers out there that know about Unity know that this is a rigid body on this enormous ship, as I'm using the physics engine. And what's happening here is I'm using primitives for the convex collider, and on another layer I have a full mesh collider following the ship position. So if I run into it, you'll notice there will be a collision. Boom, collision. Now I haven't added a physics material to it yet. Now this is a SketchUp model. I haven't done a whole lot of work to it. I don't really want to. There's some issues with the model. That I'm just not going to spend the time to fix, because it's not, something that's going to be in the game or anything like that. Now this model isn't really made for video games. It's extremely complex. It's not optimized for video games. So there is somewhat of a performance hit for that reason. But I figured if I can make it work with an extremely complex model that's not optimized with an extremely complex mesh collider, it ought to work really well with actual optimized models for the Unity engine. So I'll show you the inside here of the Enterprise. Turning. You see these edges right here? This is why it's not really made for video games, because all of these objects are 3D, and that causes the mesh collider to be enormously complicated, which puts in a really big performance drain with the physics engine. Now there are 200 fighters in the scene right now, and they all have active pathfinding on, and they will path around stationary objects like the station, as well as the Enterprise here. Now in the actual game, capital ships will not path around fighters. Fighters will have to path around capital ships. Essentially, capital ships, when they're turning, they will ram into fighters, and fighters will have to get out of the way, or they'll get hit. Check out that capital ship. It just flew right through this opening right here. The Daedalus from Stargate. Which is also a near scale model. I think it could be a little bit bigger. but it's pretty close. Now let's see, watch these spiders, see if they go around the station here. And they did. Where's the Enterprise? There it is. So the Enterprise is so massive, it's not going to path into the station. It'll essentially go around it. Supermassive capital ships will pretty much keep a distance when pathing around stationary objects, such as asteroids, space stations. Now the Enterprise is headed straight for the station, and it should turn. But like I said, the pathfinding system still needs work. Capital ships are really big and kind of a pain in the butt. You know, it's not easy to get pathfinding working for such massive objects efficiently and smoothly. It is kind of time consuming, but it's getting there. So the Enterprise did turn and is going around the station. Now, my performance, if you look at the performance, is actually really good, considering these, there's 10 of these Daedalus class capital ships, and there's one Enterprise, and the mesh colliders are extremely complex, way too complex than what they should be for game-ready models. Like I said, these are SketchUp models, and they are not optimized for gaming. But nonetheless, my performance is really good. And one of the reasons is the software that is running this is extremely complicated, to say the least, and that's kind of required to optimize, to have it optimized correctly. Definitely increases the complexity of the software. And here we have the capital ships. They're all headed toward that waypoint right there. They're basically looping back and forth between these two moving waypoints. They're basically chasing it until they get within a certain range. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to keep on working on capital ships and getting the pathfinding correct. And then here probably in about a week I'm going to be able to get the actual ship models for the game, which cost money and they're not exactly cheap. And once I do have those, I will be starting on weapon systems and doing some tests with weapon systems on both capital ships and fighters, as well as the player ship. And I have quite a bit of work to do. I need to set up the Empire/team system and assign teams to the ships. And when I start getting the weapon systems going, I'll go ahead and also work on setting up some mock battles and getting the ships to try to kill each other. Yeah, this deadlift just ran in. Like I said, it's still work in progress.